What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I'm your host, as always, Evil Eddie. As you can hear, if you're listening to the video cast, you can tell that I have a little sore throat, strep throat, hopefully, or hopefully not strep throat. But I actually got pizza on the way. The UFC prelims are going down right now, guys. Really exciting card, especially since it's free. So I wanted to jump on here and just give you guys some of my predictions for this main card. Like I said, the prelims are going down right now on FS1. I kind of enjoyed the longer prelims on UFC Fight Pass. However, I don't like how early it was. That was the one thing. I mean, starting at 3:30 on the East Coast, that means like 1 o'clock. On the West Coast, that's super early, man. So this fight card's going down in Glendale. We got Justin Gaethje going against Dustin Poirier, and it was originally lined up in the co-main event that Carlos Condit was going to be going up against Matt Brown. What we expected to be most likely their last fight each. However, Matt Brown gets injured, and now the Brazilian Cowboy Oliveira steps in, and Carlos Condit got his hands full. Because let me say this before I jump head first into these predictions for the main card. I was really comfortable with Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown, but now that it's Charles Oliveira versus Carlos Condit, just the power that Oliveira has, the struggle that Carlos Condit has on the ground. I don't know, I'm a little worried for Carlos Condit. I do want to see him win. I think a lot of people out there probably want to see Carlos Condit win and get back into those winning ways. And you know what, fuck it, let's start from there. Let's start with Carlos Condit. If you look back at Carlos Condit's career, I mean, even just a couple of fights ago, just remove a couple of fights, even though they are losses. That fight with Robbie Lawler, starting off 2016, was one of the best fights that I've seen in a long time, especially starting off the year with a bang, man. And a lot of people thought that Carlos Condit won that fight. A lot of people were considering Carlos Condit to be the real champion. And we all know what happened after that. Damian Maia chokes out. Then Carlos Condit loses to Jorge Masvidal, I believe, after that. Let's take a quick look at this. But on the other hand, Cowboy Oliveira, on the other hand, he's not like he's on a win streak or anything crazy like that, but man, he's one strong dude. Here, let's go Tapology really quick and see what we got up in there. Nope, wrong cam, yo. Come on, where's the display capture? Alright, here we go. Take this quick trip. Alright, so we're going to Tapology.com. I just want to take a look at what Cowboy Oliveira's record is right now. Alright, so here is our main card. We got Justin Gaethje for Dustin Diamond in the main event. Carlos Condit versus Alex Oliveira, who is 18-5. So let's take a look at his record. You know what a lot of people think, and I could even say this too, you'll never hear me tell a fighter to retire, but I don't know. Here's the one thing I'm worried about in this fight is, where's Carlos Condit's head at? That's what I'm worried about. Alright, so yeah, Alex Oliveira coming off a loss to Yancy Medeiros in round 3 in December of 2017. So it's been 4 months, almost 5 months since that fight. Carlos Condit, I mean, you got to remember also he's stepping up on short notice, so you got to keep that in factor. I think he made weight though. I'm not 100% sure, but if he did make weight, mind blown there. My prediction for that most likely is Alex Oliveira. If you had to put 5 on it, I'd feel safe put 5 on Alex. But if you're on DraftKings, hopefully you stay away from this, because there's a lot of questions here. I mean, Carlos Condit opening up his coffee business. I don't know exactly what it's called. Hopefully it has something to do with Natural Born Killer, Natural Born Brood. I don't know. But that's the other thing here. It's just full of questions. You don't know what Carlos Condit's going to show up. If it's the Carlos Condit that showed up to fight Robbie Lawler, he shouldn't have much of an issue here. And I mean, kickboxing style Carlos Condit, how's he going to do against somebody that's really strong like Alex Oliveira? I mean, you've seen people just grab a hold of Carlos Condit and he gasses. I don't know what to expect here. So if you got to put 5 on, like I said, Alex Oliveira, hopefully stay away from this on DraftKings. But I am rooting for Carlos Condit. Do not get me wrong here. I do want to see Carlos Condit back in the winning ways. I think that he's a great asset to the UFC. Someone that a lot of people can relate with. So hopefully he can get a win, get a positive message out there for people. But Alex Oliveira, on the other hand, he belongs here. He belongs in the top of the elite. I don't think he's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. I think that he's constantly evolving, improving. in the time that he really showcased to the general public was when he fought the real Cowboy, right? So after that loss, I mean, he's been hanging in there, man. He's been hanging in there. He's not on a win streak or anything. Like I said, coming off a loss, but win over Carlos Condit, that would be huge. But then again, fight fans out there be like, oh, it's Carlos Condit of old. So fight fans are never happy. At least some fight fans. Hopefully you guys here, or I know that you guys here, ain't like that. Hopefully not. All right, so let's take a look back at our main event, which is Justin Gaethje's versus Justin Diamond Poirier. This is a fight, man. If you're looking at Justin Diamond's record, going back, he's had some of the best fights in this weight division throughout the UFC, and he's been in the UFC for years. I feel maybe about 6 years now. I remember way back when, probably about 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I saw the Diamond documentary, and they did an amazing job following his story from amateurs, pros, and eventually to the UFC. He did have the fight with Conor McGregor. He did not win that fight, even though a lot of people thought that he could have won that fight. I think he got emotionally invested in that and just made a horrible mistake. And he's evolved since then. You've been seeing it in his game. You've been seeing when he does hurt somebody, he does not pounce on it. And that's similar style to Justin Gaethje, which is what is very interesting here. Because Justin Gaethje almost reminds me of an old school Dustin Diamond. Like, he's somebody that will go in there, he'll trade, and if he hurts you, he's pouncing on that, even if it's going to be able to, even if it's going to not, how do you explain this? He's not taking as many chances as he used to, I should say. Just Dustin, on the other hand, if you look at his last fight as well, it was so close to the end. I mean, Eddie Alvarez, his cheek was all blown up. He was hobbling over to Justin, and he landed that swift uppercut. And if it wasn't for Herb Dean, Justin would have stayed in there and kept brawling. He would have stayed in there and kept that fight going. I don't think Eddie Alvarez wanted another minute of that fight. But now you got Justin 1-1. And you got Dustin the Diamond trying to get back in the winning ways. A win over Justin Gaethje would prove to a lot of people that he's still this hardcore dude that belongs in the top 5. He's not going anywhere. And that loss to Conor McGregor that everyone keeps bringing up, and he'll block everyone that talks about it, he's not trying to talk about that or relive that ever again. And I think Dustin, by the end of this year, if he can get a win, I wouldn't be surprised if he's fighting for the title soon. But this weight division is so stacked. This is probably my favorite weight division in the UFC right now, actually. I mean, there's just so many questions. You got Khabib at the top from last weekend, which was just madness. I was in Brooklyn for that, and I'm still recovering from all that madness. Still trying to wrap my head around what happened. So with a win over Justin the Diamond Poirier, a win over Justin, that would be huge for Dustin. This is just fucking me all up here. But I actually had the pleasure of meeting Justin Gaethje. It's a long time ago, about 3 years ago now, before he was in the UFC. And let me say this about Justin. In this fight, he goes in there and he just wants to put on a show. He went undefeated for his entire professional career. Now you're at this elite level. Now, Michael Johnson fight, as exciting as it was, he got rocked plenty of times, which is what made it exciting. And I think we're going to see a very similar fight tonight with Justin versus Dustin. I think we're going to see a exact model of that fight. And if I have to do my predictions for it, this is a tough one because you don't want either of these guys to lose, but then again, you don't want Dustin to get screwed over again and get a draw or some stupid bullshit. I want Justin Gaethje to win, but I know not to bet with my heart. I'm going with Dustin the Diamond here. If you have to put 5 on it, go with Dustin the Diamond. But Justin Gaethje, man, he always has a shot. He's only lost one fight. And here's the thing. If it's dragged out into deeper waters, it just gives more and more of a chance to Dustin. So we'll see what happens in that first round. Who knows? Maybe Dustin or Justin will walk out there and stop the fight within 30 seconds. Who knows? But when it comes down to Justin Gaethje's leg kicks, I think that's going to be a huge issue for Dustin here. Because Dustin, that lead leg gets stood up in a lot of his fights. You've seen it in his last fight especially. I believe that was against Jim Miller. And we all know what happened there. All right, let me take a quick look at what the next fight is on this card. I can go enjoy these fights that are playing right now. All right. So then we got Ariel Adesanya versus Vittoria. Really hoping that Adesanya wins this, goes in there, has an amazing speech once again. Hopefully he'll switch it up. Not saying that it's going to piss him the octagon again, but that was definitely a clever one. Adesanya's part. Now here he is. He's not the co-main event, but he's the third fight removed from the top. And there's going to be a lot of eyes on this young man. A lot of people comparing him to John Bones. He gets really upset when you do that. But I don't know if you can really compare him to John Bones. I mean, he has very technical style. He's not very... Like, he'll end fights with shots that have added up throughout. But I don't think he's much of like a knockout artist or knockout guy. I think that it's just an accumulative shots and just very creative in there. This is a tough fight for him, though. This is a fight where I'm really nervous because we've seen this how many times with whether it was Lando Venado, whether it was Gaethje, where you have these fighters that go in there and put on these exciting fights. Their expectation level is up to here, but at the end of the day, they end up losing the fight, and then everyone just forgets about them. Even if they get another win or put on another good performance, when you have that momentum, building up, you don't want to lose that, and that makes me nervous. I mean, he didn't take much damage in his last fight, so that's a good thing. However, it was not that long ago. It was like 8 weeks ago or something like that. And this is a step, maybe not a step up in competition, but it's not any easier than his last opponent, who displayed pretty great takedown skills, where it made me really nervous about Adesanya in that fight. But he was able to get it done. Hopefully he'll be able to get it done here. That would be awesome for the UFC. I'm sure UFC has their fingers crossed there on that fight. It's not like they're doing him any favors by matching him up with Vettori. But I am going with Adesanya on this one. If I have to put 5 on it, I do feel safe putting 5 on Adesanya. Michelle Waterson versus Courtney Casey. This is a weird fight because Courtney Casey, she does like this. If you look at her last fight against Felice Herrig, it was like it could have been in a bedroom. It could have been in a closet, because all you saw throughout that fight was them taking 3 steps forward, jab, jab, backwards. Forward, jab, jab, backwards, throw a kick on the exit. That's what you saw from both fighters throughout the fight. It was a very close fight, but I think Michelle Waterson had a little bit more to offer. She's a little bit more fluent on her feet. She's more creative in there than what we saw in the last fight with Courtney Casey. Well, let's not forget, Courtney Casey, she's a big girl, and Michelle Waterson naturally fights at 105 pounds. I mean, I was nervous when she came over to the UFC, wondering how she was going to do. Seemed like she was off to a great start. I mean, I think the first time I saw Michelle Waterson was in high school on MTV's Bully Beatdown with Mayhem Miller. That is the first time that I recall seeing Michelle Waterson. I printed out pictures of her, hung them on my bedroom wall. Back in high school, a huge crush on her. And here she is years later, making it big time in the UFC. She needs this win so bad. She usually has her daughter cage side, and she is such a great spirit. She was even telling me when I called into cage side submissions about 2 years ago now, before the fight with Paige Van Zandt, and I was regular on that show, co-hosting all the time. Michelle Waterson was on. I wasn't co-hosting that day. I had to call in and talk to Michelle. And, one of the things that I remember she was talking about in the interview is how she wanted to be lead role in Disney's Mulan. And I thought that was the perfect role for her. But, however, the way this world works, you need to get some wins up in your sport before you can become a star in your sport, for Disney to be like, oh, this chick's the real deal. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're an MMA fan, you know damn well who Michelle Waterson is. You've known who she is for years. I'm not saying Disney knows who Michelle Waterson is, even though she is a great role model for young women. I am rooting for Michelle Waterson to get this win tonight. Probably by decision. I don't know. This is a tough one. I really don't see Michelle Waterson being able to get the finish, even though it is quite a possibility she could get the finish with her karate style. But at the same time, Courtney Casey is such a big girl. We'll have to see what the speed advantage is for Michelle Waterson. I don't know. This is a weird one, because if I saw this and didn't know anything about either of these girls, immediately I would say Courtney Casey's going to win this fight. She looks like the much bigger girl. She's more brolic. But Michelle Waterson, man, she's slick. So I'm putting 5 on Michelle Waterson here. All right, so that is the main card. So right now the Fox prelims are going on right now. So just to rewind really quick, I'm putting 5 on Dustin, not Justin, Dustin the Diamond, but I am rooting for Justin. Carlos Condit, want him to win, but 5 on Alex Oliveira. Alessandra, putting 5 on him. Feel comfortable about that. Michelle Waterson, hoping she wins. That's a close one, though. But I'm putting 5 on Michelle. In the Fox prelim headliner, pretty decent one. Tim Boetsch versus Carlos Jr. Oh, man. This is another close one because I don't know what to expect. I want Carlos Jr. to win. It's just, where is he right now? It's a lot of questions there. Tim Boetsch, man, I know Check's going to be rooting for Tim. I'm going with Carlos Jr. on that one. We went with him on UFC Pick'ems as well. Which reminds me, really quick, we are going to have to update our UFC Pick'em rankings. So this has not been updated for the past 2 weeks, so I'm still waiting to update this from the Barclays Center and then tonight. So tonight I will be going live after all this event's said and done. I think my pizza's here, matter of fact. But, yeah, I got to redo this. Currently right now, Iceman, True Q, Andrews, BLT, Minion. Money's on the table. Money's on the table. Yeah, give him whatever you think. Gotta order pizza on fight night. My dogs are going crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear them right now, but like I said, I got sore throat. I think hopefully it's not strep throat. Ordered some wedding soup, got a plain cheese pizza, and a big liter of Fox and Park soda. I don't know if you guys out there around the world know what it is. Last time I was in Florida, they had Fox and Park soda, which was weird. But the best soda in the world. The best soda in the world, and it's from right here in Connecticut. Matter of fact, it's made right on my dad's road. So I'll be pouring a nice tall glass of that in my Pure Evil MMA mug. Guys, make sure you're using hashtag Pure Evil MMA as it says on the back of this mug. If you can see it. Man, tonight's fights, I'm so happy that they're free. There's been so much madness. I don't know how many people are going to be tuning in tonight that are really familiar with a lot of these fighters. Well, hopefully, once they do tune in, if it is their first time tuning in, there's a lot of star power here tonight for people to pick favorites. And should be, if I'm looking forward at this on paper, if we had to rate this out of 10 stars in expectation, I think this could be about an 8 at its full potential. Maybe a 9. You know, it should be a 9 at its full potential because we have Justin Gaethje's Dustin at the main event. Both these guys are putting on Fight of the Years, Fight of the Night, Performance of the Night, Fight of the Century, Fight of the Division's history. So big expectations there. Hopefully something comes out of that. For the prelims, though, guys, I'm going to jump on Twitter in just a second. I want to get my food in my tummy because there ain't nothing better than East Coast, especially New Haven pizza. You guys do not know what's up with New Haven pizza. World-renowned pizza. You see it on the food channel all the time. But I'm ready to enjoy these fights tonight. Also, a big shout out to Serena Southpaw making her pro debut tonight. You guys can check that out on Fight TV at mymmanews.com. More announcements. Next Saturday night, I will be at Foxwood Casino for Lion Fights. Not as credentialed media, but actually I was hired by Lion Fight as staff to film it and do some commentary for you guys. Now that Pat Miltich isn't there, you guys got your boy Evil Eddie hired by Lion Fights themselves. So Joe Rogan hopefully will be tuning in on my commentary. That'll be pretty a dream come true. A dream come true. But you guys can check that one out at broadcast at combatsportsnation.com exclusively with me and Sean Gilday. I'll post his Twitter link on my Twitter, so make it nice and easy to find. Guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's fight. I am going to be going live afterwards. Sorry this came a little late. Like I said, as you can hear it in my throat, I am not feeling well. I was literally just all wrapped up, bundled, nice and comfy on the couch, and I was like, I cannot not go live with my predictions for everybody. So hopefully you guys tune in, you caught this, and good luck tonight. Like I said, after the fights, we'll be updating the UFC Pick'em, and we'll get everything in order. We'll have our new top 10 list. And like I said, anyone new to the Pure Evil MMA Pick'em Fantasy League, if you win 10 fight nights, you win a free Pure Evil MMA shirt, which is hanging up over here. You win the fight of the night, not fight of the night, but you win the night in general. I'll be sending you bracelet that says Pure Evil MMA on it. I'm still waiting for them to show up here. I ordered them last week. I don't know where the fuck they are. They should be here by Monday. I'm praying. But guys, follow me on Twitter, evil_echo. Follow me on YouTube, right here on YouTube, Pure Evil MMA. You can find all the Pure Evil MMA content at MMAnews.com. I'm jumping on Twitter right now. Follow me on Instagram at Pure Evil MMA. I make it so simple. As for Facebook, so many people have reached out on Facebook or wondering where I am on Facebook. Guys, I got booted from Facebook from the UFC for sharing videos from other pages. It's not like I sat there with a camera filming UFC fights or highlights. Like, what the fuck? Why do I get punished for this? Why do all couple thousand of my followers on my Pure Evil MMA Facebook page get punished for it? It's just bullshit. So if you guys were following me on Facebook, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to get that back up and running. But you can follow my MMA news on Facebook, and they'll get all Pure Evil MMA content you need. They even have a Pure Evil MMA subsection for all the podcast links and all that. Guys, subscribe on iTunes. Are doing a giveaway there too. We're just giving shit away here. We're giving everything away. All you gotta do is go on iTunes and leave a review, an honest review. You don't have to lie. You don't have to say you're obsessed with the show. Give an honest review of what you think about the show, and you have a chance to win Pure Evil MMA merch, bitch. So simple. I mean, I'm not asking for much. I'm really not, guys. So let's go enjoy these fights. I gotta go eat this pizza before it gets cold. Enjoy my Fox and Park soda. You guys behave yourselves. Wait, goes till the end. Have a great night.